Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy December. Not the Experts is here from Butler Productions Multimedia Studios. Clayton on the ones and twos. I'm Titus. That is Levi. That's facts. That is Levi. We are not the experts. Good morning. Hope you all are having a wonderful start to your week. Hope the Mondays didn't get you too bad. We got a nice show today. We got our usual what's popping, what's flopping, not the experts, and not the experts of the week. We got some football talk. Got some Carson Wentz talk. Got some college football talk. And we got to talk about the Houston soap opera. It's a fun show today.
Yes.
But before we get into any of that, Levi, I got to ask you, what's popping?
Oh, well, you know what's popping? It's not the experts. That's what's popping.
That is a whole fact.
You want to take a guess as to why I say we're popping?
I think I know why, but tell them what we did.
Well, people, if you didn't know, you need to know. And if you're not following our social media accounts, then you probably wouldn't know where you would get our primetime picks. And they're pretty much easy bets, people. Like, we're giving you free money out here. If you're a gambling man, I'm not. Just because I'd be too rich if we were gambling men. We'd be way too rich.
Yeah.
So
we know what to do it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want to bestow a lot of wealth upon us. But for you, we want to do that for you. Washington football team.
We tried to tell you. They were what, 8.5 point underdogs?
Tried to tell you. Yep.
Yeah, 8.5 point dogs according to Vegas. All the money people had them 8.5, and we like, nah, bruh.
Yep.
The Steelers just had their life affected by the Rona.
Mm-hmm.
The whole schedule was thrown off.
Yeah.
The whole existence, creatures of habit don't like that level of change.
Yep.
They had a Wednesday game and a 5 o'clock Monday game.
Yep.
Pittsburgh is always known for its Pittsburgh special. If anything will make a Pittsburgh special happen, it is that type of behavior.
Well, my philosophy sort of going into it too was I kind of treat a win, if you're trying to convert a football season over into the duration football season life to like a pregnancy life, 9 wins is kind of like 9 months. And in my opinion, that L was due. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
Okay,
so once they hit the pinnacle in 9 months, they were due. That L was due. And so the Washington football team sat on the other end of that bed and received that.
And I mean,
received that L and gave it back to
they're the hottest
Pittsburgh.
team in the NFC East.
They are.
You know? So
they are. Washington football team's going to win the NFC East, bro. Well, actually,
they might
not.
Yeah.
Because somebody else is in the mix now.
Yeah, we'll get more on them later. But yeah, we tried. We had the biggest dog. We both had them. We felt confident in that. That wasn't like let's pick an upset. That was like, we believe this in our heart of hearts.
Can we give Alex Smith comeback of the century? Is it too late for that? It's 2020. We got 80 more years, but can we just go ahead and give him comeback of the season? Of the century.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I mean,
he probably can come back probably a decade already. Like, who's gonna come back more?
Yeah,
next 10 years, you know.
But I think that's just what Washington needed. They needed that veteran presence that wasn't going to give you much, but not give up much either.
Yeah,
I
think being in the NFC East also helped a lot.
Well, yeah, that doesn't hurt. I mean,
it doesn't hurt at all.
Alfred Morris and Alex Smith in your backfield. How much older can you get? Maybe Frank Gore.
Yeah, that's like the list right there, for sure.
Good Lord, think about, they're not just how old they are, but think about how old those knees are, because those knees on Alfred Morris and Alex Smith are way older than their actual age.
Frank Gore's son is playing college football.
Yeah.
Right now.
But Frank Gore's still got the body of a 30-year-old, you know.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
How old is Frank Gore?
30, probably 34. He might be older than that.
I was thinking like 38.
He might be close to 38 actually. That makes more sense.
Because that dude, he had to be drafted around the time Drew Brees was.
He was on like the 01 Miami team, I think.
Good Lord.
I believe. So he might be.
Yeah.
He was born in 1983. How does that make him? 1983.
37.
Still getting it.
Speaking of old people, who just...
Good grief, man.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I was trying to be delicate with that. You just went right in. Went right into it.
Speaking of fellows who are older than us.
Yes. Good spin.
Who just got to 500 touchdowns the fastest?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
It was 400.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
400 touchdown passes.
I remember that.
Fewest games, yes.
Yeah.
Mahomes coming for that record in about, what, 3 more years, basically?
Pretty much. He's gonna break
He's
every
gonna destroy,
single.
He's gonna destroy every passing record piece.
Exactly.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
You know what's popping over here, bro?
What's popping?
Music. That's a lot of new music this week.
Andy
Mineo dropped the tape. Happy Thoughts. It was fire. I listened to this dude Chess. He dropped the album. It was pretty dope too.
Mm-hmm.
Some good solid music came out this week.
That's
been a nice week of music. I got some new bed sheets.
Oh,
bruh, fresh new bed sheets. They hit different.
What's that thread count?
1,200.
Ooh,
yeah, I went up.
I
caught a Black Friday deal. They were like 25. You know the hotel style ones?
Yeah.
It was like 25.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, I need that in my life.
That's what you need.
Yeah, I bought a pack of that. It's beautiful.
The 5-star hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Does it give you the star of the hotel?
It doesn't.
Oh.
They just say hotel quality and they high. So I'm like, okay, this must be good because it's expensive.
Yeah.
So must be the heat.
Can I be self-sabotagingly honest with you right now for a second? You know what the best feeling is?
What's that?
And you may have seen this floating around on memes on the internet. Some girls have said it throughout the years. But a lot of women say men will never get to experience what climbing into a bed with fresh sheets and freshly shaven legs are. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they'll never get that feeling. Well, I got that feeling once. And it's a great feeling.
Okay.
And maybe the girls are right. We don't deserve that feeling. But any fellas out there, if you have an opportunity or a situation where you got to shave your legs, like I had it at one point, it's great.
That's a swim thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll say it was for swim.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. For you. I got you.
But yeah, it is a swim thing.
Like, yeah, it was a swim thing.
Yeah,
for you. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You was a swim coach, so you had to participate.
Yeah,
that's right.
It wasn't for any other reason.
Nope.
Yeah,
I got you, bro. We ain't gonna let them. They ain't finna come for you like that. They ain't finna come for my homie like that. I got your back, bro.
Clay, have you ever shaved your legs and climbed into a bed of fresh sheets?
I can't say that I have.
You're missing out. All you fellas out there, that's what's popping. Go do that. I recommend don't do the mistake I did. You need to clip your leg hairs first before you actually start to do the shaving. It'll save a lot of time. That was like a 2-hour process, bro.
Why didn't you do that?
When I did that.
Don't they have the instant hair thing for women? The Nair? Don't they have that?
Yeah, so I thought about going with that.
Yeah.
I actually have a bottle of Nair too. Well, it's like a men's type Nair or whatever.
I had no idea it was
I've
men's Nair.
still yet to use it. Pretty sure I've just thrown that bottle away. It was just a waste of money.
Yeah.
Because they say I got kind of sensitive skin.
Oh, where you don't want to play with it.
Sensitive.
Yeah.
So they say it can burn you pretty bad if you got sensitive skin.
Yeah.
So I don't want to risk it.
Now you want to play with that. I respect that.
So just go with the old-fashioned razor.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely respect that.
Yeah.
What's flopping over there, bro?
Oh, what's flopping?
Yeah, what's flopping?
Yeah, what's flopping is this morning traffic still. I haven't seen the industrial park popping like this, like it was this
morning. They be
morning.
getting to work, boy.
Yeah.
On time.
There.
Early. Or late. I can never tell. They be driving the same speed.
They there, bro.
They are in the building.
Yeah. Oh, can I say one more thing on what's popping?
Yes.
Because you brought up music, I just want to bring it up one more time. I said this before on one of our shows.
The homie Meshi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you listened to him yet?
Let's say yes. Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I got to give a shout out to my boy,
He's on the list.
Lil Meshi, Malcolm. He just dropped an EP or LP. I'm not sure which one it is. It's got 6 songs on it, so whichever you want to go with that.
Yeah, it's in the mid range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's dope. The first song on there, Fess Up, it's dope. Go on his page on Apple Music, Spotify, or whatever. He also released a song last year in 2019. It's called Best Life. I'm telling you, dude, if people just listened to it and shared it, like that's one of those songs that you could easily hear going viral.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those that everybody would love. It's got that vibe to it, but it's very viral worthy song. I wouldn't be surprised if it went viral in a couple of years. He's been doing some stuff on social media more lately. So
dope.
Yeah, dude, I gotta give a shout out to the boy because first time I saw him perform was when we were in college. He had his first showcase, and I went, and I've been a fan of Malcolm ever since. So you keep doing you, bro.
Facts that. We're gonna support the hometown. We're gonna support the hometown.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh, also go support my boy Brax too with Certified Steppers. Brax Kicks. I just got nice new Travis Scott T-shirt. You know,
Ooh.
those little McDonald collab
Yeah,
T-shirts. Got it for $10.
Ooh.
You know how I got it for $10?
How you get it for
Because
$10?
really, if you wanted to get it, you got to pay at least $50, $60 to get it. But he's doing raffles all the time, people. Just slide him a little 5 or 10 here. He does these 10 slot raffles. Came out a winner.
Victory.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Shout out. But what's flopping with you, though?
Co-workers and ordering things online. I had an order that was supposed to be here yesterday. I had an appointment for it, and then they delayed it. And I tried to call them to set up a new appointment. No one answered the phone. So that's annoying. And coworkers who I don't know what's in the Kool-Aid around here, what they drinking on, but the disrespect had to calm down.
Ooh.
They on 2 strikes.
Oh.
That's all I got to say.
Oh.
I can't say too much because this on air. It's on air, and I don't want to cause no problems. I don't want to be on Twitter like, oh, someone got fired for comments they made about their job, even though. All right, let's move on next, please.
By the way, before we move on, Christina says she loves your shirt. She's watching this morning.
Oh, hey, Miss Christina. Now I put out the Carolina hoodie.
Christina.
Thank you, Leah. This was a gift.
She also says she would have hollered if she'd have heard the old people thing.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
Miss Christina, you were very young. Shout out, Miss Christina. Also, I just want to throw in, whenever you get to that point of the 3rd strike and you know it's coming,
right?
Send me that text. Let me know. I'm gonna
you.
show up to your work dressed up as a umpire, like a baseball umpire, and I'm just gonna squat down behind you. And as soon as you say, all right, that's it, I'm done, or something happens, I'm gonna hit them with that. Ha! Yeah. 3 strikes out.
That'll be a good exit.
Yeah,
that'll definitely be a good exit for sure. We can get that done. Get that done. We got some headlines.
Oh, headlines.
Yes.
We got a lot of headlines.
Let's get to it.
So, headline number 1. Mr. Jello Ball. LiAngelo?
Oh, yeah.
LiAngelo?
Yeah.
He signed a 1-year deal. He's finally made it.
Yo, when you said Mr. Jello, I would imagine like a combination of the Kool-Aid man and the Pringles dude as Jello. And I got very confused. Like, they got a Jello man? I got real lost for a second.
That's keep that in your mind.
I will.
That might be a bit.
It might be.
Character idea.
It might be.
Mr. Jello.
But yeah, all 3 Ball brothers are in the NBA.
They are.
LeVar did it.
The Prophet. I'm going to start calling him Prophet Ball. I'm going to have to. And Prophet Ball.
Ferdinand is the baller and the brand.
Yeah. Prophet Ball says Jello will be the league scoring champ within his first 3 years. Now, he didn't say that recently. I don't think this was something he said recently.
Yeah.
This is back after, I think, Lonzo had just gotten into the NBA.
Yeah, because Jello's supposed to be next.
Yeah. Well, but he's been right so far the whole time, because he did say Jello was the worst one, and if one doesn't make it, it would be Jello. So he was right on that.
And the scouts agreed, by the way.
Yeah, the scouts agreed. But he also says if Jello does make it to the NBA, he will be scoring champ. Now, I wouldn't put money on that, but I don't think it's necessarily far-fetched, just from the little bit that I've seen from Jello and know from his game, he is a very good scorer, and he doesn't have a problem scoring the ball. Okay. It's just a lot of other facets of the game.
The rest of the basketball
aren't up to par, but he can shoot the ball, though. And he's smart. He kind of knows. He makes up for his lack of... I don't know. I mean,
is he smart?
Why'd you have to question me there?
I'm just saying. I remember him being a 6. How tall is he?
Oh, 6'4", I want to say. Let me look this up.
A 6'4" black man in a Chinese store trying to steal. Like nobody was gonna see him. I remember that.
I thought that was
That was Angelo.
Oh, that was Angelo.
Him. Yeah, that was him. Yeah,
that was.
Yeah.
Let's see. How tall he be?
Clayton.
6'5".
6'5" and black in China trying to steal.
Probably didn't go too far.
It didn't go far at all. That was an international incident.
I'm gonna take a guess that they were already suspect of him walking in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you was already suspect number 1.
Red flags were already raised.
I promise you, it was a problem. But for real, salute to LeVar Ball for actually having 3 boys in the NBA, no matter how long it lasts.
Yeah,
I think the only other family had that. The Holiday family has that.
Yeah,
Drew, Justin,
true.
and Aaron.
And they'll be better. I mean, even though the Holiday brothers are very good, I think especially the Ball
Drew
brothers will be better. Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be close though.
Yeah,
we got to get 3-on-3 game in like a year or so.
Yeah.
A 3-on-3 battle.
Oh, we should get that.
Instead of All-Star Weekend, because not no All-Star Weekend, just do that during the All-Star break.
Ooh, I'm with that.
Yeah,
and
let's
then
do a
maybe have
3-on-3 game.
the Plumlee brothers.
Oh,
Throw the
yeah.
Plumlee brothers. There's 3 of those, aren't there?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that works.
Watch them get waxed. They'll just be like the exhibition round.
Absolutely.
Little, warm up. Also, I just
Absolutely.
want to say real quick too about the whole LeVar Ball thing. ESPN and the media, like, they're ridiculous in the sense that you remember when LeVar Ball was making his rounds and he was the talk of the town, and we all loved LeVar. Well, you loved or hated him. Very polarizing character, but he was there. I mean, everywhere you went, he was there, especially on ESPN. They were having him like once a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And then about a month into it, after ESPN's given them this platform, ESPN's running stories. How do we stop LeVar Ball? How do we shut him up? He needs to stop this.
Well,
what do we do?
This thing though, this is what you're doing wrong though.
Who gave him that platform?
This is where you're messing up. You're blaming the company when you gotta remember there are individual writers who probably didn't like LeVar, and the writers probably wrote those articles. Since you work for ESPN, don't mean you agree.
No,
you know
okay, yeah, writing for it, I get that, but I'm saying they were doing this. LeVar Ball would have been Sports Center at 6 every night, and then the next Sports Center, the next week, the narrative's flipped, and they're like, "How do we stop LeVar Ball? How about you just stop inviting him on your show?" Like, that's what I never got.
They did do that.
Yeah,
they did do that. They did do that when started wilding out.
Yeah,
they did stop.
Yeah, they did stop,
Yeah.
but they were running these stories even during the Sports Center shows. How do we stop them? I don't know. You're the one who started it, so how about you stop them? But that's just all I wanted. I mean, that just brought it back up for me. I just always thought that was puzzling, in my opinion.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. All right, that was
What else you
headline
got?
number 1.
Yes.
Headline number 2. Let me get back to it. So James Harden, he said that he preferred to play with John Wall over Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Which is not a surprise. But Russell Westbrook and John Wall, they were traded for each other.
Also, this is like
pick.
the third time James Harden had a team as said what he preferred to play with.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then he didn't like
exactly.
person
James Harden doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah.
But I thought this trade was beautiful and funny at the same time because it was absolutely the only possible trade for either of those two players. I mean, I feel like Washington's been trying to move John Wall for forever. And, I mean, we all knew Russell Westbrook wasn't getting moved with that terrible contract. So it's two similar
he
players.
Almost did get moved.
Do what?
He almost did get moved to Charlotte.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Charlotte was going to do it, but then they didn't want to get the number 3 pick.
I mean, doesn't that make sense, though? Or doesn't that seem like it was the only legit possible
I mean, player
trade,
for player,
though?
yeah, because the salaries got to match up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So they're just
player
two
for player.
terrible salaries.
Is it, though?
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
John Wall's
updated on
salary is
John
terrible.
Wall's salary.
John Wall's salary is
Oh,
terrible.
it is still terrible. Well,
Yeah, he still got. They both got the same. They got the same salary.
Shout out to John Wall for making so much money for absolutely doing nothing. The guy's been hyped
He's been injured for 3
for
years.
doing the least amount of work possible. Yeah, which is, I mean,
at the time of that contract, it wasn't that big a deal when he signed it at first.
Yeah,
To me, it wasn't a
exactly.
bad
No, I'm
contract.
just saying
But
shout
yeah.
out to him, though, because wasn't he the first round
being a
pick?
little
I mean,
shady.
number 1 pick?
No, I think it was number 1.
Was in top 3, though.
He was up there.
He
I don't think
was,
it was
he was
number one.
lottery pick.
Yeah.
How many games did he play at Kentucky?
He played a season at Kentucky. He did a whole season.
He did a whole season?
Yes.
I thought John Wall only played like a few games and
No.
he was out. Then
No.
who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Are you thinking of Kyrie Irving?
Maybe. Then forget what I just said.
Okay.
I could have swore John Wall was only played like maybe half a season.
No, I feel like John was there for them in the tournament. I'm pretty certain he was there. Yeah.
That's right. That's when the John Wall got big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
'Cause
John Wall.
He was dancing, and Colin Coward tried to act like he was a terrible person because he used to have fun playing sports.
Oh,
Lord forbid.
yeah.
Colin's the worst. Anyway, yeah. I actually didn't mind the trade for Washington. I think Washington came out very well in this trade. 'Cause I think you put a 28 point per game score in Bradley Beal and 20-something point per game score in Russ Westbrook together, you're probably going to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty clearly going to be in the playoffs. So I think it was a good move for them. And all they want to do is make the playoffs. And John Wall and Beal had chemistry issues when they played together anyway.
Yeah.
So, and now Bill's a better player than he was when they had chemistry problems. So,
Mm-hmm.
good for Washington.
Last
And
night,
that pick, that pick people were complaining about isn't until 2023, and it's lottery protected, so it really doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's nothing.
Well, last night,
Houston looks stupid though.
I was scrolling through the glass in my hand, aka phone,
Okay.
and I saw a little article, a little meme, something popped up. And when I read it, I laughed out loud. And it wasn't a laugh like making fun of. Maybe it was, but you know, when you just see something and it doesn't surprise you and it's just really stereotypical to that prototype of whatever you're reading of, or, you know, and so it just kind of makes you chuckle. You know, you enjoy it.
Little
You get
ha-ha.
you get a good
Something.
enjoyment that turns into a verbal expression. And so, yeah, I read that when I saw that Russell Westbrook showed up to his first Wizards practice 2 hours early and then said he set the intensity
He didn't
for the
say that.
team the whole game. No, he didn't say that.
Yeah.
Like one of the
Okay.
players said that. But I just chuckled because that's Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, being a good teammate. Yeah,
Yeah.
being a good teammate, Russell Westbrook. Yes.
Yeah. See, I had somebody tag me on one of those posts. Like somebody had put a post of a bunch of pictures of what like past teammates have said about Russell Westbrook.
Teammates love
about how
Russ.
great of a teammate he is.
Teammates
Yeah.
love Russ.
And somebody tagged me in that because they know about my disdain for Russell Westbrook. And I mean, I thought it was cool. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's nice to have a good teammate who's going to love you and support you. But at the end, like, I still do not want you to have the ball in your hands with a minute
See, but
left in a crucial
the problem
moment.
is you talk like he's a bad teammate and he's not. A lot of y'all do that. You and your anti-Russell Westbrook people,
Yeah,
y'all like to do that,
Man,
and he's not a bad teammate.
he's the real snake.
And they're going to the playoffs. You know that, right? And the Hawks aren't. You do understand
We'll see
that.
about that. We'll
do
see.
understand that.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're not.
Okay, we'll see about that.
They're going. The Hawks aren't.
Okay.
Just understand that, please.
All right.
Next headline.
Next headline.
Wait, we got some comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I might be saying this wrong. I think it's Rogelio.
Rogelio.
Huh?
Rogelio.
Rogelio.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What up, homie?
Rogelio. He said, I think Washington makes a deep playoff run. Beal elevates his game this year.
I could see it. I could see it realistically. He was about 30 points a game last year, so
Mhm.
he's gonna be nasty.
Oh, that reminds me. So I had this idea the other night too. I think if the Houston Rockets were out here just to spite James Harden, you know what they should do? And I'm sure Washington wouldn't do it. Let's throw some logic out. Let's just have fun with it. Imagine how fun and funny it would be and how much drama if the Rockets called up the Washington and said, you know what? Would you want Harden too? Harden Beal swap, and so they just send Harden over to Washington with Russ just to spite Harden.
Why would the Wizards do that though?
No, okay, exactly. That's what I said. Throw logic out. Let's just have
Okay.
fun with it.
Do
Think
a
about how
2K
funny
trade?
that
A
would
2K
be.
trade?
Yeah, a little 2K trade.
It'd be cool.
Be like,
They probably finished third in the
James,
East.
you don't want to play with Russ? Oh, and you don't show up to our first practice? Okay.
They probably
Bye.
finished third in the East.
Do what?
They probably finished third in the East.
I mean, maybe, probably.
I heard this week, by the way, that Harden told Russ he was going to request a trade, and then Russ just beat him to it. I heard that this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I heard that earlier this
Wait,
week.
I thought Russ had been saying though I thought
Yeah, but
Russ requested a trade like 3 weeks ago.
He
3
did,
weeks ago.
but him and James had talked to each other before that happened.
Oh,
And Harden's like, yeah, I might request a trade. And James like, and Russ like, I'm beat you there. Beat you there. And he did it. Yeah.
What a great teammate.
Keep the comments coming.
Corian Stevens says, I think Houston actually got better.
How?
Wall is a better fit, and DeMarcus Cousins is on a revenge tour.
DeMarcus Cousins has gotten hurt the last 2 seasons.
He said, look for them to get Harden off the ball a little more.
I mean,
Well,
that
yeah,
sounds
that's the goal.
Harden's definitely off the ball right now because he's not even there. So
Yeah.
And Harden the last 2 guys Harden's played with has been off ball, and he just stands around and doesn't do anything. So and John Wall's been hurt. I haven't played basketball in 700 something days.
Exactly.
I can't have faith in that, and I can't have faith in Cousins either because he just hasn't been healthy.
I think it could. There's potential there. But because of all those reasons, and to the fact that if James Harden doesn't want to be there in the first place, I'm not expecting James Harden to go out here and give 100%. It's not. He's already not giving 100% in these games. He's given like 100 on the offensive side and maybe 60 on the defensive
side.
He's
been fine defensively.
He's been better.
Though.
He's gotten better.
Yeah.
But the morale's down. The energy's going to be down.
Yeah.
Rogelio says Boogie ain't healthy.
He's not at all.
Yeah.
Like I can't put faith in that anymore.
But he's so good though when he's healthy.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, I think he still can
can't.
because we've had little glimpses of
we have, but then he had another devastating injury last offseason. So
Yeah,
like I don't know what to
true.
do with that. I don't know what to do with that. I hope he is, but I don't. If you take this trade and flash it back to 2016 and just take all the players and put it in 2016, it's a fun trade.
Mhm.
It's 2020 though. Yeah.
Yep. All right. LeBron James has now given over his number. AD will be rocking the 23, and
Wait.
LeBron's going back to the
When did that happen?
6. Do I?
I thought you said they weren't doing that.
I thought that was the report that they were doing that.
I really thought they weren't.
Oh, I think that's what they are doing.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Unless
look
they
that
changed
up.
their mind. Unless they changed, because I saw something that said they weren't going to trade numbers.
Oh, what I saw was that they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look that
Let me
up.
see.
See.
Go on to the next one though. I don't really care about that one at all.
Yeah, it was just kind of a throw. If you
Okay,
didn't
yeah.
know.
Silver Screen and Roll says 4 days ago, Anthony Davis will not trade numbers with LeBron James
Oh, he
this
won't.
season, but could for the next one.
Oh, could for the next one.
Yeah.
Then don't freaking whoever posted that little news bite on my Instagram that I saw scrolling through. Don't freaking put them in the different number then if they're not doing it, okay? Because it was LeBron with a 6 jersey on, Lakers 6,
So, yeah.
and AD 23. Don't
So,
do
yeah.
that. You're
So,
just
yeah.
confusing me.
Stop using IG for your sources, buddy.
Yo, it was a reputable source
Got a fact
as
check.
an IG page. Yeah. Doesn't Facebook do that for me though? Don't they fact check that for me? All right. Last week, a Thai fisherman came across some floating gold while at sea. The
What?
fisherman, who reportedly makes $670 a month, found an estimated 220 pounds of ambergris.
Of what?
Do you know what ambergris is?
No, sounds like a drug.
Clay, do you know what ambergris is?
I'm not sure.
You might want to take a guess. Some
A
floating
drug.
gold.
A drug.
Whale vomit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could be a drug.
Could be.
Look it up, right?
Probably.
Yeah, could be.
Ambergris, whale vomit, is a necessary ingredient to make some of the world's most luxurious perfumes. Like
oh yeah, they
Chanel
do use
number
whales for
5.
perfumes. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So,
That's
anyways, he got 220 pounds of this. This dude's already been offered $320,000 to take this ambergris, and that's without it being quality tested. But if it is up to quality, he can get a max of $3.2 million
Sheesh.
from this 220 pounds of whale vomit.
That'll carry in Thailand too. Thailand is very cheap.
Yeah,
That'll go very far.
exactly.
Salute to him.
So I did what any normal person would do after
God.
reading this story is that I turned in my 2 weeks notice at work,
Mhm.
and I already invested in a boat, and I will be setting sail for the Pacific Seas
Nice.
soon.
Nice.
Yeah, to go find some ambergris.
Good job.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll bring some home for you too.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
bro. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Salute.
be a whale mouth poop finder now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good job.
Exactly.
They put the craziest stuff in cosmetics.
They
Yeah,
do.
it really is.
Nah, they put a lot. Yeah,
Whale
cosmetics do a lot.
puke and perfume and like bat poop and makeup.
Wait, they put
Like-
bat poop in makeup?
Yeah, have you ever heard the term guano? That's
Yeah,
in
I've heard the
makeup?
term, but
Yeah, that's bat poop.
wow.
It's this clay-like gray goop. that's
Humans are
literally
amazing.
bat poop.
Are they still doing that after the incidents of 2019? They
I
still
don't know.
they still doing that?
Good question.
What's taking
Did
place?
makeup start the
Did
row?
makeup?
We ingesting makeup
See,
out here.
that would have actually caused. See, that's a believable cover story.
yeah.
They blamed it on Batsuit, but it really was makeup the whole time.
Mm.
If makeup caused
There you
the Rona, do you know the incidents that would occur in this country? The
It used to be,
upheaval,
like, lipstick and everything like that.
the upheaval that would take place.
We'd be burning down altas all across
Be over
the
with.
nation.
Be over with.
Yes.
Be a wild time.
Be the perfect cover though.
It would be a perfect cover,
But
honestly.
you remember? I don't know if y'all remember, like in like the late '80s, the Batman movie. Like
Yeah.
they were poisoning people in the cosmetics.
Really?
It's like the
Oh yeah,
perfect
yeah,
cover.
yeah. I do remember that.
See, that's smart. That's I'm
Yeah,
surprised
the
that hasn't
Joker
been
was
done
poisoning
yet.
people in-
You could
in
cause a
the
lot of problems,
cosmetics.
especially in the winter months. You put in some Blistex, it's over with. It's over with.
Yes.
Yes. What you
Yes.
got next?
Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul announced February 20th, 2021.
Oh yeah, exhibition match.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the Pauls. I've never watched them. I just know people seem to not like them and they're YouTubers. That's
Mhm.
all I know. And they started learning how to box.
Yeah.
Because-
It was Logan that knocked out Nate, wasn't it?
No,
Or was that
Jake.
Jake?
Jake knocked out Nate.
But apparently, I think
Logan-
Logan's the more experienced
Yeah,
boxer.
Logan boxed some other YouTuber dude named KSI or something like last year.
Oh, did he beat him?
I don't remember. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember they boxed. It was on pay per view. I said, "Why are YouTubers fighting on pay per view? And why are y'all buying it?" That's all I remember.
So, question is, crazy question, but go with me. Perhaps just say hypothetically, if he does beat Floyd Mayweather somehow, some way, do we still say Floyd Mayweather is undefeated, or does he get that L?
No, it's an exhibition match. Doesn't count.
Okay.
In fact, bro, they are bag chasing. They are bag chasing.
Yeah, they are bag chasing.
Oh, Rogelio says Jake is the more experienced, and he was already a pro.
Oh, Jake was the more. I thought Logan was the more experienced.
I think Logan's older. Is that it? I think
yeah, so, and I thought Logan was the one because Jake, he's still. Ah, man, that is so confusing. They both look the same.
They do look the same, and they're not twins, and it bothers me.
Yeah,
that's annoying.
Exactly.
Don't look the same if you're not twins.
Yeah,
like
don't
we
do that.
We need some difference.
Yeah, just throw that baby away. You know, if you got one that already is like, oh, I already got one that looks like this, throw it away or return it. You know.
but husband, you got me this last year.
That's what King Henry was doing back.
That
in
is
the
what
day.
King Henry was doing. He was wild.
Another one. Nope.
Another non-boy child, huh? Another girl. Goodbye. Sick of them.
But okay, yeah, it's hard to tell. I thought Logan was the more experienced one because I knew he was the older one. I thought Jake was the one who's still
Just
more involved with the
yeah.
internet thing. And but it's whatever. Yeah, it'll be cool. I'll watch it.
Jake apparently wants to box Conor McGregor. Wants to fight Conor McGregor as well. Yeah.
I bet that will happen. I think that's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
Just because Conor's
Dana White came out super like clowning this matchup. The
really?
Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul thing. And it's like, Dana, if you had a chance to book it and get paid off it, you would do it tomorrow. Like, shut up.
He's just jealous. That's all.
That's all it ever is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, there's a big weight discrepancy in this matchup. Really, says.
What's the? There.
Yeah, because Mayweather fights like 147.
147
to 150 something. Yeah.
Logan's got to be at least like 200.
Oh, really?
I think. Maybe
it's probably gonna be like some,
190.
it's probably gonna be like some super rules in that. It's an exhibition match. It's probably gonna be like a bunch of rules to make it not as dangerous. Because even though Floyd's undefeated, if you get knocked out, the memes will live for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And this is going to be probably his biggest opponent that he's faced.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, probably.
So,
Most likely.
Stature,
for sure.
weight wise.
For sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying there's a slight possibility that's going to intrigue me to watch it.
There's no way I'm watching it, but yeah. Absolutely, y'all.
Oh, I'm not paying.
I'm not paying for it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'll find a Twitter stream or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Logan is 200 plus, like you said, so that could be a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Last headline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last headline. Shane Beamer, Oklahoma assistant and son of Frank Beamer.
Oh, he's not at Virginia Tech?
Do what?
I assumed he was at Virginia Tech.
No, he's at Oklahoma. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
I know. How's your last name Beamer and you're not coaching at
I believe you have a lifetime
Virginia Tech?
position.
Yeah.
Like, no matter who the coach staff is.
Exactly. That
sure.
stadium's or not the stadium, but I think that field's named after him.
I think it is,
Yeah. Well, they're bringing Beamer ball to South Carolina. Good luck.
I like the hire because it's not a retread.
Mm-hmm.
Also, South Carolina, so I have confidence at all. Some schools just have a limit of how good you're going to be in college football.
Yeah.
South Carolina is one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And your limit is like 7 wins. With the occasional, we won 9 games, accidentally made the SEC championship to get slaughtered. That's your ceiling at South Carolina.
Yeah.
Good. Aurelio made a good point. Floyd Mayweather once beat the Big Show. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Was that in the WWE?
It was
WrestleMania.
Sure. Yes, it was a WrestleMania.
Did he come out with boxing gloves on?
I don't remember. Actually, I just remember he beat the Big Show.
I can see that him still coming out like a boxer
for sure.
and still beating them somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, then he's definitely got this in the bag if he's beating.
He's seen bigger opponents for sure.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Facts. So yeah, Shane Beamer, I like it because it's not a retread. I also don't have any confidence in it doing anything important. But good luck, South Carolina. Thumbs up. And shout out to the Beamer legacy living on forever.
Yeah.
The only Frank Beamer image I will ever remember is that time he played Wake Forest and it was 0-0 and Wake Forest missed a field goal to send the game to overtime and he did this. He did two fists up celebrating the 0-0 tie.
That's such an old man celebration too. The 2 fists up in the air.
It definitely is. What you got for expert of the week, bro?
What you got for expert? I'm gonna let you go
kick
first.
It off?
Yeah, you kick it off.
My expert of the week goes to Brian Flores. Because first of all, Brian Flores has been an incredible coach this year. He's building a name for himself mad early. Got this team ahead of schedule. I hope he can keep the pace going because I like what he's doing down there. And then I don't know if you saw this, Levi, but Jakeem Grant Sr. Got smoked on the punt return.
Mhm.
Like he got cheap shotted basically because the ball didn't even get there, and the Bengals dude just channeled the spirit of Vontaze Burfict and just smoked him before the ball got there. And that was the second time he got hit early. So that was enough of that. Because he was down for a minute. Jakeem was down for a minute.
Mhm.
So the bench is cleared. And Brian Flores over there in the Bengals face is trying to come with smoke.
Oh yeah, he was.
I couldn't tell what he was saying because he had a mask on. And also, he was following mask protocols very carefully. Because every time he was getting mad, the mask slipping a little bit, he was picking it back up. Make sure his face was covered. But he was heated, and he ran over to the Bengals sideline with all the smoke. He's like, don't stop pitting my players like that. What's wrong with y'all? Keep playing with us. That's what he was saying in my mind. He had to be held back. And I like seeing the coach get a little attitude. I like attitude from a coach when his player gets violated.
Mm-hmm.
Like that time Harbaugh almost fought Kiko Alonso for almost killing Joe Flacco. I love when coaches do that. So salute to Brian Flores. Because that kind of behavior travels with your team. They'll remember that forever.
Yep.
So loyalty.
Yeah.
And respect.
I said last year, I think Brian Flores will be a top 3 NFL coach, top 5.
Yeah.
So, Brian Flores is on the threshold of becoming a great coach. He's already a good coach.
Yeah.
He's already a really good coach.
Right.
But he's about to be a great coach.
Right.
I think. And I picked the Dolphins to win their division this year. Yeah. To beat the Bills, which is probably, I think that's kind of why I picked the 49ers.
Oh, yeah. You wanted that.
I was hoping the Bills would lose. So I'm really here for the Dolphins.
Right.
So yeah, that was a good expert of the week.
For sure. Shout out to Brian Flores. What you got, bro?
So my expert of the week, I got 2 of them. I'm going to say 2. Number 1 is that boy, Nick Saban. And I'm just giving him a shout out because I loved the little pregame chatter that he gave. Nick Saban usually isn't going to give you any bulletin board material at all. He's actually going to do the complete opposite. But he gave us a little bulletin board material, and he said before the LSU game, somewhere along the lines of, after last year, he believes the LSU football program thinks they can play with Alabama and they can beat Alabama,
right.
Easily or continuously. And he said, I think we're going to have to change their way of thinking tonight. So, boom, Nick Saban, got him, roasted. All right, and then second expert of the week is going to a core of people. It's, I just brought up Nick Saban. He's the head coach of Wide Receiver University. And I've got 4 people I'm going to throw out here, 4 wide receivers for Alabama. Number 1, Devontae Smith. If you have the picture, Clay, you can throw it up. I didn't get all the images I wanted. Balled out. 3 touchdowns, 217 yards in the first half. Had a little bit more, but look at that. You see that
the nasty catch. Yeah.
That touchdown, beautiful. And
I saw that.
Will you go to the next image? So Devontae Smith wasn't the only one doing work. Of course, we got some NFL wide receivers. Alabama does that were balling this weekend.
Big Henry Ruggs.
Do what?
Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs. Yeah, that's one image I didn't have. So second one, I'll say Henry Ruggs had the walk-off touchdown.
He did.
Against the Jets.
Yes.
Jets. So shout out to him on that, on the deep route. And then we also had Cam Sims. Well, I got. Okay, it's fine. You don't have to pull it. I think the other image I had was Cam Sims.
Wait, got it.
Oh, okay.
I was in the wrong though.
There it is. Cam Sims was balling last night.
We went to the end. I got very confused. I'm like, why is there a USC dude in the Alabama slides?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was very, okay. Yeah, my bad.
We're going NFL.
Yeah.
So Cam Sims made this balling one-handed grab last night. It was very crucial. It set him up into...
Oh, that's that field goal that tied the game up?
Yeah, exactly. Set him up in the field goal position to tie the game up. He did have, on 2 plays later, he had a pretty big drop, but they still pulled out. Yeah, they still pulled out the game.
Special.
Yeah, exactly.
Be amazing, drop a couple here and there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like what y'all do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody's
perfect.
Julio set the tone for that, and it's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was the trailblazer on that one.
He absolutely was.
Cam Sims had that big play. He had a lot of career highs last night, I think, across the board. In my opinion, Cam Sims, I tweeted this last night. You can go follow me on Twitter at VanillaWafa. That's a ERWAFA, vanilla wafa.
Yes.
I tweeted last night, Cam Sims is the epitome of why Alabama is wide receiver U. You know why? Because Cam Sims didn't see the light of day at Alabama. That man got to touch the field about 2 or 3 times, but he dealt with a lot of injuries. He was that guy we were all hanging on to saying, hey, when this guy gets healthy, he's going to be a monster. But he just could never get healthy. And then once he did get healthy, he got shuffled back because you got the Ridleys out there and these other guys he had to play in front of. So Cam Sims just had to come out here, go undrafted. Was highly touted after his pro day, though. Everybody saw him. And he's been balling. And then my other wide receiver I had, was that 4th that I named? Ridley, Sims, Ruggs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did I say Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley had a huge catch. He had a really good game. Who did we play? Atlanta, the Saints. But he had a beautiful little toe tapper grab, too. So, yeah. Shout out to the Alabama wide receivers. If you don't think Alabama's wide receiver U at me, I want all the smoke. I'm going to give it right back to you. You can't contest it. We're the best in your face.
Okay, so we done with the Alabama praise segment?
Yeah. That was my experts of the week.
Fantastic. Not the experts of the week. What you got?
Oh, I got a few.
We got a who dat in the chat. Got a who dat for you in the chat from Relio.
Huh? Oh, who dat?
Yeah, got a who dat for you in the chat.
I don't know who they are. They got beat.
By who?
Oh, the Saints. Yeah, never mind. I thought he was going.
Didn't get beat at all.
Oh, well, good dub for the Falcons. Dub as an L.
You know, he said the Falcons deserved to win that game because the Saints didn't play well.
No,
I feel like the Saints played well because they have Taysom Hill at quarterback. There's only so much you can do when your coach decides to go with Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Good luck.
Taysom Hill's gotten lucky with these teams he's played.
Oh God, he plays the Eagles this week. His streak's gonna continue.
Yeah, that's why Sean Payton did this. He was like, "Oh, I see the schedule. Oh, these teams are playing. Yeah, I can make Taysom Hill look good. Get everybody shut up. Quit talking about it."
Word. Not the expert of the week.
So I got a few.
You are just stacked full of people today.
I am. One is I'm going outside of sports here.
Okay.
I just found this and just thought it was really funny, so I wanted to share the story. One of my not the experts of the week is a Kentucky mayor, Beverly Chester Burton. I think it's Burton. She was arrested last Wednesday for DUI. Yeah. Guess where she was arrested at? If you're drunk and driving, where are you going?
She's in Kentucky?
Yeah.
So probably a KFC?
No.
Waffle House?
No.
I don't know. My guess is
White Castle.
Oh, those in Kentucky? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where White Castles are, but
White Castle's like upscale crystals, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly. But that's where you go. I mean, the movie Harold and Kumar, we all learned that when you get drunk, you go to White Castle, or maybe they weren't drunk. When you get under the influence, you go to White Castle. Anyways,
all right.
She went to her local White Castle and she pulled up in the drive-thru and fell asleep in the drive-thru.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. It really is classic.
That's why I fell asleep in the drive-thru when I was at Crystal one night. I was upset.
Really?
Yeah, I was real upset.
Yeah.
I wanted to go wake him up, but I was kind of scared because I don't know how people be acting. I didn't want to get shot.
Oh, no,
Crystal,
yeah.
So I just let him. I stayed there. Hope somebody else come.
It's very dangerous waking up somebody in a drive-thru because
you know what type of person that is.
I've witnessed it before.
I'm the type of person you are. So I just stayed in my car.
Yeah.
Then they came and got him. It was cool. But yeah.
That's good. Well, multiple people were knocking on her window, trying to wake her up, get her to move. When she woke up, she smashed the gas, ran into the car in front of her. It caused a domino effect. And then she went to flee the scene. And when she went to flee the scene, she ran her Cadillac straight headfirst into a utility pole.
My God. Oh, my Lord. That is incredible.
Mayor Beverly, not the expert of the week.
Yep.
One
she
of
deserves
not
it.
the experts.
She deserves it.
You want to hit me with one?
Yeah, I only got two. Keep mine brief. First, let's go with Greg Williams. Greg Williams, you're not the expert because you didn't peep game. When they told you to run the blitz, you thought, oh, we're still tanking. That's right. I guess I just call this play. Then we lose. Oh, well. But you didn't think that they would blame you and then fire you the same day.
See, yeah.
Now you're...
It's this... I'm trying to toe the line of...
Titus, jiggle your mic cable. I think you came a little
I bet.
There you go.
All right. That did it come through? Did you say it again?
Say it again. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Greg Williams, not the expert of the week because he didn't peep game that he was when they told him to run that blitz. That run the blitz was okay. He thought, oh yeah, they're trying to tank or whatever. Whatever, I'll just call it. He didn't think he'd get fired the next day, and he'd be scapegoated as well while helping the Jets move towards success towards the draft. So good job, Greg Williams. Well done. You know when you be playing Madden and you be trying to have a close game, so you just call it much like special teams field goal block on first down. That's basically what he did.
Yeah,
it's like field goal block.
Yeah,
all out blitz. Leave this one person on Henry Ruggs by himself. Yeah,
they disrespected Greg Williams. You should be thanking Greg Williams. Fire Adam Gase and put Greg Williams in your head coaching position because he clearly knows what's up. He knows what's more important, tanking. And so that's what Greg Williams did. But yet they're just gonna hang him out to dry.
Well,
sacrificial lamb.
Greg Williams
here.
is an easy target.
Yeah, exactly.
You remember the bounty gate thing?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah,
but I've got much respect for that man after he showed up on the sideline wearing a disguise.
When he changed his whole appearance, after he got back from suspension.
Yeah,
wild boy.
Yeah,
it's a wild boy.
Well, I thought he was coming back early from his suspension.
No, he came back.
That's why he came with a disguise.
No, he just decided to change his whole look up. We wouldn't recognize him anymore. So he was hoping that we wouldn't know his name. You got 2 G's on your Greg, bro. We're gonna know you.
Yeah,
it's 2 G's. You can't hide as another Greg.
He doesn't move in silence like lasagna.
He does not at all.
Yeah.
What's your
got 2 G's in there?
What's your other NTE?
My other NTE of the week is so I got to correct from last week. I named Terrace Marshall Jr. my expert of the week because he didn't want the smoke. Clearly, he opted out leading up to the Alabama game. But I gotta flip the switch. Somebody enlightened me, Chris, on the college football pod from last week, that I was wrong for naming him expert of the week because little hypocrisy going on because apparently right after they got blown out by LSU, he gave a passionate speech in the locker room.
LSU?
Do what?
LSU got blown out by LSU?
Yeah.
You said
Auburn.
You said LSU.
Oh, my bad. When Auburn got blown out by when LSU got blown out by Auburn, he gave an impassioned speech in the locker room telling the guys that they need to stick together and they need to see the season through and they need to play harder, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't having enough passion. And then, just a couple of weeks later, he opts out.
Well, he was right. They needed to.
Great message.
They needed to.
Yeah.
He got a draft to get ready for.
I do.
He got a draft to get ready for.
Yeah.
Good job, Terrace. Salute. Be free, bro. Salute to you.
He don't want that smoke.
Free yourself. Get drafted. Get paid.
Yeah.
Don't waste time playing with Edo and risking Corona for free.
Who's your other not the expert?
My not the expert of the week. It goes out to we're going to hip hop for this not the expert.
Oh.
Rising star. Somebody's had a big year. Lil Baby. You got to get the NDA signed, bro. You got to get the non-disclosure agreement, my dog. I'm sorry. It's what you got to do. The game is the game, bro. If you spend $16K, get an NDA. That's all I can say. That's all I got to say. We'll leave it right there. If you know, you know.
Oh, that's all you're got.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to leave right. If you know, you know, man. If you know, you know.
All right.
You got another one? Is that it?
We had a comment.
Yeah, I was reading comments. Sorry. I do have another one, but Clay, you can go ahead.
Kyle Pickle says Lamar Jackson for the Jets should have known not to bite on the fake. Don't let folks get behind you.
Okay, saying don't let... It's Henry Ruggs, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be by yourself on Henry Ruggs. There's so much you can do, man.
When you're in that position, you have to double him. Because that's where
Henry Ruggs.
Exactly. If I'm the DC, I already know where that ball's going. It's going to Henry Ruggs.
On the field.
Exactly.
I can't blame him too much for that. He did bite for a second, but still, it's Henry Ruggs. He would have got torched anyway.
Man's runs a 4.25 40.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You got your last one?
Yeah. Were there any more comments, or was that it?
No, it was that.
Yeah. Jets tanking for Trevor. I was arguing too that Sam Darnold's poo-poo. Can we say that?
I don't want to say that because I don't know what he'll look like without Adam Gase and with competent players.
That's true. But also, why do we keep? I don't know. I think all USC QBs are the same, and
I wasn't sold on him, but some of the plays I've seen him make, like when plays break down, are very impressive to me. So I would like to see him with a somewhat decent coach.
Yeah,
and see what he can do before I throw judgment. Because I was off Ryan Tannehill too, and he became a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a big Devontae Parker guy. Adam Gase left him; he was good. Everyone in Miami elevated when Adam Gase left. So
that's true.
I want to give him another. I'll give him another chance.
Dude, Jets going to go on a playoff run next year. If they do what they should do and need to do, getting rid of Adam Gase over the offseason, get some good acquisitions, they can maybe make a little run because maybe maybe Adam Gase is like a big slingshot. You know, Adam Gase brings you all the way back, but you don't even know, man, because he's really just getting you to your release point. You release them,
Word. Then you take
off.
It's fair. Fair
to
point.
The moon.
I mean, there's literal evidence of it.
Yeah,
so
there is.
Yeah, never trust the coordinator whose claim to fame is helping Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
never trust that guy.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Atlanta, if we want to hire Adam Gase for a season or two, I'm okay with that. Let's just go ahead. Let's nix everything. You know, let's get us to our lowest point, so our comeback could be big.
Word.
Comeback season. Fair. All right, my last, not the expert of the week. Another correction from last week because we were missing some information. So I got to the whole Vanderbilt coaching staff should be fired immediately right now. Right now, do it.
I mean, they kind of were.
Cut the cords. Do I? Well, I know just Derek Mason, I thought.
Yeah, but they got finished season now, so they got to have somebody on staff.
That's true. Well, as soon as that season's over and the fat lady sings, cut everybody, okay? Get them out of here. I was giving a shout out. Derek Mason pretty much got treated like Greg Williams. You know, he's a sacrificial lamb. Mm-hmm. He came out here. He made the good PR move, trying to save his job and save the optics of Vanderbilt football. Make history. Put the first girl to play in
the
a
kicker
power
got hurt
pod.
or something, right? I thought their regular kicker was
hurt.
Their kicker
did get
somebody.
hurt.
They had to get somebody.
Yeah, they had to get somebody. Yeah. So no, I'm not this. Me is not knocking Sarah Fuller at all. I respect it. I think it's cool. Like what happened. If we wanted to dive more deep into it, I mean, I think we raise the bar a little higher. To be honest, I mean, kickers don't impress me. So I just think
you're the same guy who gave Young Hoku expert of the week one time.
I did.
Go and kill that.
I did give Young Ho expert of the week. But it's either here or there, or whatever. I don't want to talk about it. But my thing is, so we learned right after the show ended last week. We talked about this for a minute.
Yes.
We both kind of learned around the same time because I think, we texted each other that she was not only the first woman to play in a Power 5 conference, she's also probably the first woman and kicker in the history of a Power 5 conference to give a halftime speech, an impassioned halftime speech. And she got up and she told the players and the coaches that they need to, treat each other more like a team, lift each other up.
Yeah, so they were low energy or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Completely right message. Great message. I would argue the wrong messenger. And no, am I arguing that because it's a girl? No.
It's the kicker.
Who lets the kicker give a halftime speech? Who gets impassioned or, by a kicker? Who looks at their kicker and says, oh, this is the leader of our team right here, the vocal leader. So, number one, just for you turning to your kicker to give you some sort of confidence and inspiration is absolutely terrible. Get out of here. That's number one. Number two, she says after they're interviewing her and they're kind of talking about the halftime, what was going on in the locker room, which is kind of another no-no thing. You don't talk about what's, in the locker room, but whatever. That's neither here or there. Some of the coaches came up to her, or maybe one in particular, I can't remember, but they said, they looked at her, they thanked her for saying what she said, and then they followed up with, I've been wanting to tell that team the whole season. You're a freaking coach. Do your job. If you wanted to tell them that the whole season, why don't you just tell them it?
What if he did and they didn't listen?
Well, I mean, he said, thank you for telling them that, Sarah. I've been wanting to tell them that this whole season. So either...
Oh, wait, it wasn't Derek Mason, right?
No, it wasn't Derek Mason. No.
Okay, so it was one of them assistants that don't...
Yeah, it was one of the assistants.
Oh, he probably don't get to talk anyway.
Well, okay, but say even just... Maybe he said maybe my guys. Maybe he's just a position group. And he hasn't... Step up. Somebody show some type of leadership here. Well, if you're having to turn to your kicker and you're counting on the player who just stepped on your team and they can easily diagnose what's wrong with this team, not even being there a full week, get out. You don't know what's going on. Get out. See ya. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, do your job.
I mean, what is your job if you're coaching Vanderbilt?
To win at least one. I mean, that's what it is.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta get one dub. I hear you.
Good Lord. Put one in the dub column. That's all you got to do when you're at Vanderbilt.
The kicker telling y'all got low energy is wild.
Exactly.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
And it's not like, and that's what I'm saying. And she just comes on the team like for not even there for a week, and she already knows what's wrong with the team. She can diagnose it, and yet can't say anything. I'm like, nobody else can say anything about it. She's the only one who can step up and say it. Good Lord, put Sarah. You know what? Sarah Fuller needs to be the head coach of Vanderbilt football team. I'm saying it right now. Make Sarah Fuller the first woman head coach in college football, Power 5. Do it. Because apparently she's got way bigger cojones than anybody does on that coaching staff. So give it to her.
Okay. Well,
shout out to Sarah Fuller. Get out of here, Vanderbilt OC.
Speaking of low energy, let's talk about the Eagles, Levi. My energy's about to be down. I don't have any energy to yell about this team anymore. I have no yelling. The question that's come up and it's been asked because the Eagles, Doug Peterson and them, benched Carson Wentz in the second half of the game and put in Jalen Hurts. So the question is Carson Wentz done in Philadelphia? Mm-hmm. The overall answer is no, because he has like a $30 million dead cap next year. He'll be back. Will he be playing? That's to be determined. He ain't going nowhere else next year though. Not with that cap hit. But is Carson? So I watched this game this morning, Levi. I watched the Eagles game. I didn't watch it on Sunday because I'm not wasting my Sundays watching a depressing team. Sundays are supposed to be a happy day. Sundays are not for depression. They're for joy and happiness. So I didn't watch the game. But I watched it this morning, and I have a few notes, just a couple notes, Levi, that I want to give you before I go into my overall Carson thing.
Okay.
The Eagles took a 3-0 lead, right, in the first quarter on field goal, and the homie Jim Nantz said, and 3-0 is the first lead the Eagles have had in 4 games. Yes, first lead in 4 games, 3-0. Carson reached his 50th attack of the season during that game. Got sacked for the 50th time this season, and we're not even all the way through the season, so that's nice. And then Carson also did not complete consecutive passes at any point in that game. It was very bad.
Yeah.
And in watching this game, my friend Kyle called me and asked me about Carson and everything. I was talking to him about it earlier in the week. Another friend, Kazadi, had texted me about it. Here's what I've seen, bro. When he's been sacked so much and has so little trust for the offensive line that anytime there's a hint of pressure, he's in panic mode and he's like just ready to go down because his body like expects to get sacked at this point. It's like muscle memory. His body's like, oh, it's up, about to get sacked here. And you know what happens? He gets sacked. He gets sacked immediately. Like he doesn't need offensive line, really. He's not as mobile. He's not the escapability that he was known for early in his years. He doesn't have it anymore. I think part of it's confidence because like the longest thing with Carson was throw the ball away, stop taking so many sacks, right? Now he will throw the ball away if he can escape. But if the pocket collapses on him, he's just done immediately. Like he has no escapability. He has nothing. He's just like, okay, I'm about to get sacked. Like that's why he's not being able to get passes off anymore because the O line is not very good this year. We lost 2 of our main guys on it before the season started, and some of the guys, it's been a lot of flux. They keep putting Jason Peters out there, and stop doing that. Just stop putting Jason Peters on the field. Please retire Jason Peters. For the love of God, please.
Is he still at LT?
They moved him and they moved him back. I can never remember. He keeps moving, but yeah, it's ugly, man. It's just like because you know what they say with Brady, they always like, oh, if you get to him a couple times, he'll panic a little bit, which is true. But this is like that on steroids. Like at any hint of pressure, he's done. Once it's done in the pocket. And it's hard. It's hard to watch. And I think benching him is good for him in general because his confidence is shot. The team, he doesn't have it right now. He needs
to change the scenery.
He does. He absolutely needs a new change.
I think they know that too, and I think they're going to do it.
I think they would like to, but I don't know who's taking on the money next year. That's the problem.
Yeah,
because after next season, his salary is basically nothing. But next year is the year where like. The contract kicks in.
That's where it kicks.
Yeah. So
you know who's not afraid of spending money on quarterbacks?
Who's that?
The Chicago Bears.
I don't wish that on him. I might not hate. They'll probably have a new coach in there next year too. So
I've heard
might not hate that.
Float out Atlanta too.
I've heard Indianapolis is the most popular one.
Yes,
because
Indianapolis is the most popular one. That does make most sense.
And it makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense because his most success was with Frank Reich.
Yep,
and that was his greatest year. And Frank Reich got a head coaching job off that season, and he's doing very well in that job. And Phillip Rivers is probably about out of there, so it's not a bad look. The wide receiver core in Philly is not great.
Yeah.
They put Alshon Jeffrey back out there, and he can't separate from me at this point.
No, he can't. He's got to use the arm.
Yeah, he needs old man.
arms.
Yeah, he needs old man
Yeah.
tactics at this point. And old man tactics don't work well in football because they got offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
So, it's just a bad look. And I think Hurts is better. Hurts played in that game, and he wasn't great to me.
He completed 2 deep passes. One of them were a touchdown.
It was a very nice pass. It was a very
Yes.
nice pass. I was impressed.
And that TD pass.
He did kind of sling it. He did kind of sling it up there, but it got there and it was accurate, and I respect that.
Exactly. And that TD pass was coming right off of Alshon Jeffrey's push off.
Yeah, it was
So
like
they
4th and 19.
converted the first
It was
down.
like he threw touchdown 4th and 19.
Yep.
Which was dope.
He completed 2 4th-down conversions right
yeah.
there.
And I think the thing with him that I noticed is that he's much more comfortable moving around the pocket because he's just like, oh, I see his pocket is very bad, and I'm just get away from here. Whereas Carson has already been hit so many times where he just doesn't have that anymore, and Jalen hasn't been abused like that. But overall, I don't think Jalen was great in that game. I just think it was a nice change of pace, something different.
Yeah.
Because he had a couple drives stalled out. They got 17 points when he was in the game, but also one of those was a kick return touchdown from Jalen Rieger. Thank God for hey, you made a play. Appreciate you, Jalen. Nice to see you in the NFL. Welcome to the league, buddy. I said I wasn't gonna yell in this segment. That wasn't really a yell. It was just a voice raise, so it doesn't count. Yeah, Jalen Rieger. I think just play Hurts going forward because it's just safe for everybody. I think it's safer for Carson at this point just because stop getting him hit and safer for the team overall. Like we played the Saints this week, so the defense is gonna have time to prepare for Jalen. Although they only have a half of football to look at, but I mean the Saints defense is the best in the league right now.
Yeah.
So just leave Jalen in there. Don't put Carson through that. He doesn't. He's been through enough this year. Please, free Carson Wentz.
I think the Eagles should play Jalen for the rest of the season.
Might as well.
Keep Carson on the bench, so I think you're completely right about that. I think Jalen is perfect right now for the Eagles when it comes to that O-line is terrible, just like you said.
Right.
And so it's hard for Carson Wentz to sustain any type of success out there just because of the injury. He's a little bit of a head case right now, which deservingly so.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
he's in his own head, but it's like yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They got him there.
So yeah, just when you know your offense sucks, you have no help around you, and you're coming off a pretty bad injury, and you just haven't been the same since. Yeah, it gets to you. But Jalen is perfect for this because, just like you said, his mobility in the pocket, and two, this is the one of very few times where the playing style of Jalen Hurts is actually going to help you a lot more than it's going to hurt you. Because right now, the Eagles, they just need to focus on not losing yards and just staying in the green. Yeah, just staying in the black. Exactly. So let's get 0 yards or some pluses. And that's what Jalen's going to do. He's really not going to lose you much yards because once he gets through that first read and maybe that second read, he might throw in there occasionally. He's going to take off and run. And that's what they got to have because it's not like he's got a lot of time to sit back there and read the pocket anyways. So actually, this is an optimal position for Jalen right now, in my opinion.
No,
but
I agree.
Can you win with him moving
long
forward?
term? I don't know if he's the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
But like for now, it's better. It's just a better option than throwing Carson out there.
Yeah.
To keep getting hit because he's clearly should. Maybe Carson gets confidence back in a couple weeks. Maybe like Sidney can refresh him a little bit. Yeah. Maybe if you want to go back to him, you can, but there's no need to rush it.
Well, Carson looked very active on the sideline too when it came to when the camera would pan over to him.
Yeah, he was
a few
doing
times
the
it
thing.
did.
Yeah.
It looked like he was getting a good third person view of what was going on with everything, and you could see him pointing out different reads, talking to the OC. So sometimes that's good too, just to pull yourself out of it, and so you can get the broader picture.
Yeah, Doug Peterson. Sometimes it's good to pull yourself out of it and get the broader picture. AKA, stop calling plays. Stop it.
Did you hear what? Is it Tony Romo that calls that the prime time for the CBS? Yeah. Did you hear what? Oh, you didn't watch it, did you?
I didn't. I watched the condensed version, so I'm not sure what did Tony say.
Dude, he said this a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
My man's was out here praising Jim Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz honestly didn't do a terrible job in this game.
Oh, well, I mean, he was praising Jim Schwartz as in he's a great defensive mind, and this has been going on all year. That's how he was talking.
So I will say the defense has done pretty well this year overall, but it's just the Jim Schwartz things that bother me. The third down predictable blitzes that lead to big first down gains. It's just always going to happen. But the defense overall hasn't been bad. Yeah. They're doing what they can. Devontae Maddox looked pretty good in some spots in that game. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my spiel on the Eagles.
Tony Romo really high on Jim Schwartz.
He is.
Yeah.
Let's take it around the league.
Around
let's
the league.
hit some key games from
Mix
the
it up.
NFL week. Yes.
Can I say
Some
this?
results, what some results stuck out to you?
We didn't make a pick on it, but I'll tell you right now, this one didn't surprise me, and I would have made this pick. I wouldn't have said 45-0 because you would have had to been high on codeine if you were.
Oh my god!
But if you would have said, "Hey, Levi,
Dear Lord.
24-0 or something like that," I'll easily believe it. You know why? A rookie QB ain't gonna have success against Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick hates rookies
Exactly.
so much.
He poops on them.
Justin Herbert's probably going to be rookie of the year. And,
and he took him out.
The homie Belichick was like, "Oh, that's cute, a rookie. You don't do anything. You're not that good, bro."
That's the Justin Herbert I know.
He
Okay,
said-
that's the Justin Herbert
That's the
I
Oregon
thought was going to be
Herbert.
playing in the NFL. That's the Justin Herbert who I said was going to be a bust.
No.
It should not be a first-round pick.
Now, Lebatard said this. Lebatard said this yesterday, and he was like, the thing with Bill Belichick is he does this all the time, and no one can explain how he does it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
no one knows.
They say he takes away, your strongest
Yeah,
suit. Okay, well, how
What
does
does
he
that-
does it? Nobody. Can you tell me how he does it? And I don't know how he does it.
I don't either.
Except for Jackson, I forget his first name, but DB for the Pats, dude's a monster. He
Is
got
it
his
Adoree
ninth
Jackson?
pick.
Or is that
I
somebody else?
think it is, but
Yeah.
got his ninth or tenth pick. I think it was his ninth pick.
Yeah.
Bro's a monster. But that defense is just nasty, and their defense is still
it's not
missing
him.
key guys from COVID, like
not
who
Adoree
opted
Jackson.
out. Who is it?
It's another dude. I typed in Adoree Jackson. That brought up
Oh,
the
it's
Titans.
not
That
him.
brought up the Titans.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's kind of a weirder name, I think.
Okay.
But I
Keep
can't
going,
remember.
though.
But
Keep going.
Jackson, yeah, shout out to you. But Patriots, Cam Newton,
J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson, that's right.
Okay.
For 69 yards. How you get 69 yards in the
Nice.
air and you still score 45. I don't know how you do it, but that's how Bill Belichick does it.
The running game, but they had 2 rushing touchdowns.
I think there was a lot of defensive
They had 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns.
for only 69 yards.
Yeah, Cam threw one and Jarrett threw one. So there we go. But yeah, 45-0 for the Chargers.
Yeah.
For the Patriots.
Not
over the
surprised.
Chargers.
I am
Yeah.
surprised just because of how big the margin was,
Mhm.
but not surprised that Bill Belichick
Right.
totally
Right.
dumped on Herbert.
I'm gonna tell you what did surprise me: the Titans beating the Browns like that. It ended up being closer, but boy, they
You
was
mean
running
the
them off
Browns
the
beating
field.
the Titans.
Yeah, my bad. Browns
Yeah,
beating
yeah.
the Titans. They was running them off the field. And when
Yeah.
I saw the score, Levi, at first, I was like, "Oh wow, they running down their throats." And I saw Nick Chubb only had like 20-something yards at the time I looked at the score, and Baker Mayfield had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this? You losing to Baker?"
Yeah.
That's
Baker Mayfield was playing out of his mind.
he was cooking them
Dude,
badly.
Baker Mayfield's the Browns, nobody's respecting the Browns.
And we will continue not to.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
But I think it's just so funny how ESPN is so like apparently transparently jaded, or
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of. I had the word in my. They hate the Browns
Yes,
because
yes.
all we heard last year was Browns talk, and that's because they were sucking. They were doing a whole lot of talking and not enough performing. So we just talked about them. And then this year they're 9-3 and one of the best teams in the league, and yet nobody's
No one
nobody
cares.
talking about them.
No
Nobody
one
cares.
You can't trust the team in Cleveland.
No,
so
you
they
can't
gotta do it.
trust the Browns to be successful once you get to the playoffs.
Right.
No. This
No,
is cute
exactly.
now, but we'll see how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Another game, the Rams. I still don't know if they're good or not. I don't know what to do with the Rams.
Who'd the Rams play?
They beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the one game like I missed and just
Yeah.
didn't really watch.
I don't
But
know
they kind of pulled away.
if they're good or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
Like I don't trust them, but
I
I do trust them.
I don't know how Arizona's in that same category for me. These are like the
Arizona's
two
Arizona's
question mark
fun.
teams.
Like when Arizona wins, I'm like, oh yeah, they're a fun team. They can sneak some wins out.
Yeah, but
Now-
they do it differently every week. Sometimes it's
it's-
because it's such a crazy
mad
defensive
random.
performance where
Yes.
you can't get anything on them, and
Right.
then next, they're just outscoring you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we all predicted, the Giants are, and the football team are battling for the NFC East crown, like we all predicted before the season started.
Yo, 17-12 on the Seahawks, bro.
First of all, that's a disgusting football score.
yes,
17-12.
yeah.
12 points in the football game makes me
Colt
just feel
McCoy,
sick. The Seahawks lost to Colt McCoy, bro.
Colt McCoy out here doing it.
Pitiful.
Um,
Pitiful.
Russell Wilson.
They
What's the verdict on him right now?
Ever since he tried to trademark let Russ cook,
He's been terrible.
it's been downhill.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Real
Like Good God. What?
I feel like I wonder if that because he was carrying a roster that's not that good for a while.
Yeah.
So I wonder if part of it is that's happening, but also the Giants that can't what we're doing.
Yeah.
If you're the Seahawks, you can't lose the Giants.
But the Giants, apparently, they are a very good defense, or statistically wise, especially against the pass, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong on that. But yeah, that was surprising. And Russ's performance, since he trademarked, let Russ cook.
Right.
Let's step away from the stove for a second, all right? Let's let somebody else throw some ingredients in there.
Yeah.
Add a little seasoning, to that meat.
Right.
So, yeah.
Be a little bit. That's a pitiful result. Seeing Deshaun, do you see Deshaun Watson on the sideline just depressed?
No.
After the game?
No.
He had towel over his head, just sitting down depressed. T.Y. Hilton came over there and consoled him. That's how bad it was.
That sucks.
It does suck.
What was the score to that game?
It ended up being 26-20.
26-20.
They were within range. They just couldn't pull it out.
Phillip Rivers is holding that team back.
He honestly is.
Yeah.
He's not. He's kind of done out here.
If they had a different QB in, they'd be a lot better.
Yeah. I think so too, honestly. He's about done.
Yeah,
he's
about
done out here. But yeah, Deshaun's out here doing what he can. He lost all his receivers for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Brian Cushing. And he's still trying to hold it down. And he just wants to win. He's such a good player. It seems to be like a good person too.
Yeah.
I think does anyone not like Deshaun Watson? He seems like a very likable, kind dude. And I just want the best for him.
Yeah.
He can come to, never mind. I don't even wish Philly on him at this point. I don't even wish that on him in this life. So yeah. You have any other results you want to hit on?
Shout out to the Falcons. We lost. Good. Keep doing you, Falcons. Also,
shout out to the Eagles fan that told me that we need to try and win the division, and I said, why? Why would we do that?
Yeah,
because we're only a game back. I'm like, who cares? Just get to the draft. We're terrible. I don't want to be the team in the playoffs.
Once again, I don't know how many times I've said this. Mm-hmm. For some reason, we spend 10% or have allocated 10% of our cap to our secondary, and they got frying pan hands. Straight up. Straight up.
That's why they're not receivers,
we probably lead the whole league in interceptable passes, but yet we just can't catch them. Good God. Taysom Hill threw about 3 of them to us. Did we catch them? No. Frying pan hands. We just slap it to the ground. But yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. We balled out kind of on offense. We were up and down. I really don't know what's up with that offense. I just don't know. I just don't know. It befuddles me.
Good word. Yeah, that's a good word.
Befuddles me.
You never want to be befuddled.
Yes, exactly. And then also kind of what befuddles me is I don't know why. Maybe we need to let him cook a little bit more. I don't know what his stats are. I just know every time I've turned on a Saints game, this dude's making some pretty impactful plays. But I don't know why we don't talk about Trey Hendrickson more. Because, hey, if you're a defensive lineman and you don't wear gloves, well, more power to you. Yeah, so I think it's a little crazy. And I think that's just what sticks out to me too, is he rocks the long sleeve, undershirt compression without the gloves. Just nothing, just bare out there.
That's a tough man.
Yeah, exactly. No armbands or anything. It's weird. But the dude just looks like, he's been pulling hay all his life, throwing hay bales. And he's always making big plays.
What's his name?
Trey Hendrickson.
I'm trying to find it. I can't.
I'm looking at the roster. Look at the stats.
For the Falcons?
No, he plays for the
for the Saints.
Okay, yeah, he's an edge rusher.
Every time. Okay, I misheard you. Yeah, the Saints be sacking Matt Ryan a lot.
Yes.
I think it's been 30 in the last 6 games,
something like that.
Yeah, something nasty.
Yeah, that defensive line's nasty.
It is
in general.
That defense is disgusting. I'm terrified for what they're gonna do to the Eagles on Sunday.
Yeah,
I am truly afraid. So yeah.
Well, he's got 10.5 sacks this year. That's pretty good.
That's a very good number, yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't know why. I just don't hear his name come up when we talk about big edge rushers and people rising.
Yeah.
But speaking of edge rushers, I don't know if we're really gonna. We already touched on it because Pittsburgh, Washington. But shout out to is it TJ that plays for the Steelers? TJ Watt.
Yeah.
I think TJ Watt
and Derek.
TJ better than JJ.
I mean, yeah, JJ's about done out here. Yeah. JJ's done out here. Yeah, TJ and Derek Watt play for the Steelers, I believe.
Yeah.
Derek's a fullback or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for me on NFL.
Okay, yeah, that's all I got too. Tune into the NFL podcast, which will be back this week. So,
Bet.
yes. The college football season is winding down, Levi. I don't have much to say about this.
Yeah,
I just want to comment on the fact that every championship matchup is set, and yet we're still playing regular season games, and it's kind of whack, and gives me more evidence why this season is stupid and trash.
Yeah.
Because I thought, when I heard all the conference championship games were set, like Oklahoma and Baylor set, Notre Dame and Clemson is set, Alabama, Florida set. I'm like, oh, okay, must be conference championship week. When I was looking to name the slide, I was like, oh, conference championship week is coming up. I said, let me check the schedule, make sure I got all the matchups. And I saw we still got 2 more weeks of regular season play. Like, for what? For who? These teams, your seasons are done. You don't matter anymore. Go away, all of you. Shoo. So this college football season, I'm over it.
Yeah, well,
until the playoff comes, I'm over the season. I think I'm done with it.
Yeah, the big thing is, if you want to hear more talk on college football pod, we're finishing up tonight, I think. So I'm gonna try to have it out tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, we're because we kind of did last week wrapping up, and then we're gonna maybe do another one this week. But yeah, with college football, I think it's funny. The Big Ten. Oh, surpriser. They're going back on their rules. Why? Oh, they got to make exception for who? Ohio State. So they named a rule like at the beginning of the season when they said, okay, we're going to have a season. They said in order to have a conference championship, the teams, the qualifying teams who they have to play a certain amount of games. And Ohio State isn't going to make that. So
I thought they were. I thought Ohio State couldn't miss. I thought they were saying Ohio State missed last week.
That's what I thought too. But then I've been hearing
they had to miss 2 weeks. If they missed the next 2 weeks, they wouldn't have made it. But they
exactly
played last week.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. But apparently they're still going back on it. I don't know.
Okay.
I've just been hearing it's whatever people talking about
it.
The Big Ten is just trash in general.
Like
we can
trash.
agree on that. It like the whole season. I will agree. It's trash. And
just
I wanted the season because I knew Alabama was primetime this year. We had the guys.
Yeah.
So. Just go ahead, give us the crown now.
Just get me to the playoff.
Yeah, I think winner of Alabama, Florida, just name them that. Also, can we be the podcast? Can we be the Devontae Smith for Heisman podcast? Because I know you're not a big Heisman guy because it's the quarterback award.
Yeah,
but
I'm good with it.
Hop on the campaign trail.
I'm great with it. Yeah,
put the wide receiver in.
He's got. I think I saw 700 yards and 11 touchdowns in the last 4 games. I'm good with it.
Something like that. Yeah. Dude, absolutely ridiculous. Like, the season he's having is crazy.
Insanity. Yeah. Devontae Smith.
And I was telling you, I was a little nervous after losing Jalen Waddle.
Right.
But Devontae's like, Jalen who?
I can do the work of 2 people.
Exactly.
By myself.
He said, I can do the Smith and the Waddle out here.
For sure. So salute to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Devontae Smith for Heisman.
Yeah. Devontae Smith for Heisman, people.
Yes. Our last topic, there's a soap opera taking place in the great state of Houston. In the great city of Houston, in the state of Texas. We got Houston and the Beard. It's a dramatic soap opera.
Yes.
It started out as a loving relationship. About 8 years of good love, passion, energy. And now, Houston, the Beard, James Harden's not returning their calls. They can't reach him. They're playing Drake songs, sending them Drake messages, trying to get him to come back to them. And man, Harden's just out here in the strip club at little baby's birthday parties, and at strip clubs with no mask on, surrounded by people. When the NBA is like, hey, you got to be self-quarantining because training camp's starting soon. And he's like, I'm good on the COVID protocols. And I'm trying to be at the club right now. Because he's done there, apparently. Now, Stephen Silas, head coach, said that he expected him to be back yesterday.
Yeah.
And then James Harden was not back yesterday. And he called it a setback. And said, Stephen Silas said it's a setback. And he has a reason. Harden has a reason, but you have to ask him that. Which means he ain't got a reason. I'm just sick of him, and I can't say that I don't want to speak up and say nothing crazy just in case he decides to come back. And that way I have to coach a terrible team my first year.
Silas said he's giving Harden his space.
Yeah,
I hadn't talked to him. He said he's going to give him his space.
See, this is one thing that annoyed me with Harden and Westbrook is the fact that y'all got a new coach in there. And he's a long-time NBA guy, too. Steve Silas has been around the NBA forever. He was an assistant coach in Dallas. He ran the Dallas offense last year. Y'all didn't even do the chance. Y'all just like, nah, we good.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that for a few reasons. But I'm not a big fan of that move. So, and now they can't even reach James Harden. And here's my thing with Houston, bro. They don't have to do anything this year. They really don't. They don't have to settle for anything. I know he said he wants to go to the Nets. To me, the Nets don't have a package that would entice me to trade James Harden. There's nothing they can give me that makes me interested in that trade. And Harden has 2 years left on his deal. I would just hold out. look, you want out, cool. I'm gonna get the best deal possible. I don't care about your wish list. I don't care about none of that. You got 2 years left.
Yeah.
I'm call his bluff. Call his bluff.
Yeah.
And the team wants to trade for him because I think a lot of teams are scared to trade for him because of the fact that he's saying where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Call his bluff. Do it. 2 years. I don't care.
Yeah.
Come here and don't play if you want to. Whatever. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens. See how bad he is.
Well, I think that's what you have to do just because with the Harden thing has pretty much put the spotlight back on the whole player empowerment thing, whatever, which, you know, I'm all for players like having, you know, if
For
they,
sure. Like,
they should have their own say, what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, too, there's
It's limits,
a balance.
dog.
There's
It's
a
limits,
limit.
dog.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Like
2
you
years
can't
on
just
the
pitch
deal.
a fit and expect you to get your way.
Right.
Like
2 years on. I'm the super pro player. 2 years on the deal is not a. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's not. That's a request. A request don't got to be honored. That's people. A request doesn't have to be honored. I don't have to. We don't have to do anything. We're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
We do have 2 years left. You have no leverage in the situation, James.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
from a business standpoint, you have no leverage.
yeah,
Like, so do your thing, stay in the club, be in COVID environments all year. It's not gonna matter. They'll probably find a way to not have to pay you if you do that.
mhm.
So good luck.
Yeah. I think since James Harden doesn't have internet, he probably just doesn't fully understand
Oh, yeah, he did
how
say
this,
that, didn't he?
you know, player empowerment thing goes.
He did say
yeah,
that.
he was like,
yeah.
player empowerment. Oh, we get to choose our destination.
Right.
Okay, yeah, make
Nets.
it happen.
Yes, I'm going to the next.
It's
But yeah,
like-
no, like, and I feel even understand him wanting out of that situation just because the owner is cheap. The GM, coach that you liked are all gone.
Yeah,
Your teammates are leaving you again for the 4th time in your career. You have no, because your best friend just decided to leave you too because y'all didn't work together well. I get him wanting out of that environment, but also, dog, they ain't got to do nothing for you.
Yeah.
They really don't. So
Yeah.
good luck with that, Houston. There'll be an interesting saga. Very interesting saga.
yeah. it
See
will
how
be.
that ends.
Mhm.
Also, Denver should get in on that, by the way.
No,
You imagine Jokic and Harden together?
nasty.
Who is stopping that?
That'd be perfect. Yeah. Positions like
yeah.
playing off each other. Yeah, that'd be
like,
great.
That would be.
Yeah.
Woo! There's nothing you can do with that.
I would just feel bad for Jamal Murray. I mean, he wouldn't get the cookie in.
Nah. Well, he might get. Well, would he get sent to Houston in that? I'd imagine. They have
Oh
to.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ooh,
imagine
that would
they
be
have
good. No,
I think it's something there. It's
maybe.
something there. I think that could be. That's a nasty duo. That's a nasty two right there.
Yeah.
Jokic and Harden together. But yeah, that's all I had. I just wanted to get that in there. Talk about that wonderful soap opera in
Yeah.
Houston.
How many honey buns? Gave him a honey buns in the
Honey, oh, you talking about for the birthday party?
yeah. Gave little baby
Yeah, but honey
like
buns
a
and, like-
Gucci bag.
Yeah, like
with,
500K.
with like 500 honey buns.
I need
in
it.
it,
And he
yeah.
gave like 500K or something
Oh,
like that.
and
Or
500K.
100K, something like that. He gave him a lot of money.
He got
And
he gave
I
him the
need-
money buns.
I need rich friends. I need rich athlete friends to have birthday parties with. I ain't gonna lie. I will go to a Corona environment if my best friend's give me 500K for my birthday.
Yeah.
I'll be in there.
yeah.
We'll risk it.
I'll actually let you cough into my mouth.
Risk.
for
I ain't doing all that.
500K
I
if you
ain't doing all
want
that.
to.
But we'll risk it for the biscuit, baby.
Yeah.
500. Yeah.
Give me-
I'll be out there.
Give me those money buns.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can wrap it up. I think that's all I have. You have anything else? You good?
Yeah, Henry Ruggs. I'm sorry. I messed it up. John Gruden pulled the rugs from up under Adam Gase.
Mm.
I wanted to throw that joke in. I'm
Well
not an
done.
expert, but Wendy's honey butter chicken biscuits are fire.
They be hidden.
Also, Devontae Smith for Heisman. Also, Atlanta sucks. Also,
Deep.
Carson Wentz is the Derrick Rose of the NFL. Also,
Derrick Rose with never mind.
Roll Tide.
Okay. I'm not an
Roll Tide.
I'm not an expert, but thank you to all of you who commented. We love the comments. We like to get the feedback and feedback off of you. Y'all
Yes.
talk to us, we talk back. Look out for us this week. Podcast dropping. We'll probably have an announcement at some point this week about some other stuff, community stuff we're trying to work on. Still working out details on that. Thank you to Clayton for waking up early and being here for us this morning. We really appreciate you. And Miss Christina. Hi.
Yes.
Hope
Hey, Miss
school's going
Christina.
Thank
Butler
you all.
Productions Multimedia.
Facts at BPM, baby.
At NTE Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube
Yes.
and Apple Podcasts.
We're at 47
Spotify.
subscribers. I want 50 before
Yeah.
like this week is over. I want us to be at 50 subscribers on YouTube.
I want 100, bro. Give me
We got to get to
500.
50 first. I keep telling you this. We got to get to 50 first.
Yeah.
Then we can hit the next milestone.
Spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, salute y'all and
Get a
share.
lot more
share.
views than subscribes.
Yeah, y'all be stealing views. And we stealing views.
What's
Hit
up with
that
that?
subscribe. Smash that subscribe and smash that like, baby.
Don't be so stingy.
Facts that. It ain't cost you nothing.
Give me that love.
But yeah, I think that's it. We're out. Thank you all.
Peace.